I'm going to talk about some of the things I like, dislike, you know, the good and the bad about the GODSPEED control arms. I installed those GODSPEED upper control arms in the rear of the car, what was it, like 2 weeks ago now? 2.5 weeks ago? Anyway, I've gotten a pretty good feel for how they've changed the car, and I just want to talk about that with you guys. Alright, so the GODSPEED adjustable upper control arms for the rear. They cost me just shy of $200, I believe. I think after taxes it was about $180 for the set of two of them, obviously. I forgot where I got them. I think, oh, I got them from kseriesparts.com, I believe. So first things first, the first thing you will notice when you install these is most definitely the ride quality. The ride quality has gotten significantly bumpier, but let me preface this, it's not in a bad way. If you like a stiffer ride, kind of like I do, it kind of makes you feel like you're in a little more of a sporty-ish style car, these will treat you very, very well. They made a very dramatic difference, more so than the springs that I installed made, actually, where you can feel every little nook and cranny in the road much better, which I personally enjoy. Alright, so the next thing you are going to notice about these control arms if you put them on your car is the steering. And what I mean by that is it is quicker. I don't know how it actually happens. Maybe the rear isn't chasing as much because it's stiffer. Maybe the rear, instead of chasing, it's like, I guess, following. I don't know how to really describe it, but that's what it feels like. And the steering has definitely become sharper, especially right off center. So if I move it just a little hair like that, you feel it. The car moves, and it feels so freaking good, man. It feels incredible. I'm not exactly sure why, but I notice it more in normal mode, and I think that's just because in normal mode the steering's already oh Jesus, I almost stalled. Well, I think that's just because in normal mode the steering's already a little bit looser. But like, yeah, if I move the wheel just a little hair, the car follows almost immediately. It feels incredible. One thing to be wary of if you install these control arms is if you live in an area like kind of where I live, like pretty much the entire state of Michigan, the roads are like this, so there'll be these tiny little like washboard effect on them, and so you definitely feel that in the car. If you don't want to deal with that, I don't know if I would recommend these, but I enjoy it. You can feel the feedback in your feet and your butt. You can feel it through the steering wheel. It feels really, really good. I overall do enjoy what these camber arms have done for my car. Next up, one of the more important things is how easy is it to align. From the guy at the alignment shop that I talked to, he basically made it seem like it wasn't that big of a job. I got it all aligned. He got everything back to factory specs. It didn't take him that long. And the way, I didn't straight up ask him, but the way he was talking about it, he made it seem like it wasn't all that difficult of a job. So if you're kind of in the same situation that I was, where you don't have the money to keep shredding through tires because your negative camber's at like -8 degrees or whatever, this would be a great option for you, especially if you want a bit of a stiffer, sharper ride, because that's what it is. Like even right here, I move the wheel and it just I point the wheel and it just goes. It feels so good. Alright, so those are a couple of the good things about these camber arms, stuff I really, really enjoy about them. So now I'm going to tell you guys some of the things I personally do not like about these control arms. First thing on that list would be the install. The installation it's not difficult. I mean, it's only 4 bolts in total. The whole thing is 4 bolts. But the bolts that you have to get to are dang near impossible. In my install video, you guys could probably tell, I got real irritated, real mad. I didn't do a great job explaining, so I'm gonna try to do better right now. The best way I can describe it is the 2 bolts towards the center of the car. You have basically a metal sheet here, and the bolt is right there. Hopefully you guys can see my hands. Yeah, you have like a metal sheet here and a bolt like right here. So you have to get your wrench up in between the metal sheet and on the bolt and twist and get the bolt out this way towards the metal sheet. So as you twist, you get less and less and less room because the bolt starts sticking out more and more and more. It is a real pain. It is a royal pain in the butt to get to. But if you come in prepared and you have the specialized tools, the job is not that bad. As I learned from the one side, the second side I did in like 1/4 of the time. Oh, Jesus. The second side I did in about 1/4 of the time that I did the first side in, if that makes any sense. So the first side, let's say, took me about 3 hours. The second side only took me about 45 minutes. And that's mainly due because I knew what I was doing and I had the right tools laid out. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. You pretty much have to have a ratcheting wrench to finish the job. I don't remember what size it is. It's either, I think it's a 17 millimeter. And you also need a very long offset wrench of that same size, whatever that was. Like I said, pretty sure it was 17 millimeter. Those are the tools I use for the job. They worked quite well. If you have an impact gun and you have an extension and a wobble socket of a 17 millimeter, that might work. But from my personal experience, I found that the best way to do it was just crank it by hand with the 17 millimeter ratcheting wrench after you break it loose with the long offset 17 millimeter wrench. So yeah, definitely the worst part about this product was the installation of it. The installation of it was just, it was brutal. It was, and I guess it was only brutal because it was supposed to be easy. There was only 4 bolts. But you guys know how car parts goes. Everything's supposedly easy or whatever. And then you get down and you get dirty and it just doesn't want to work the way the internet says it's supposed to work. Next up, I've already discussed this one, is the ride quality. The ride quality is significantly harsher. Some of you might like it, so that's why it's on the pros list, and some others might not, and that's why it's also on the cons list. Every bump you definitely feel more, like especially on even roads like this, which are not great, is significant. It is very significantly worse when it comes to ride quality. You guys might even be able to tell on the camera because I'm bouncing up and down like this more. If you like the more comfortable ride, you don't want a stiffer ride, definitely stay away from these control arms. So if you guys like a more comfortable ride, if you don't want or care about having a nice stiff ride, then I would recommend staying away from these control arms. Maybe you can find some that are more OE. Let's see if we can hook up in this water and cold. Man, a little bit of slippy. Not too bad though. To be honest, that's all the cons I can think of for you guys. Overall, perfect for what I wanted. I wanted a bit stiffer, but I also wanted that adjustment so I could get my car back in check with the alignment. And that's exactly what they do. I've never had an aftermarket sway bar on this car, but I can imagine that this is almost exactly what an aftermarket sway bar would feel like. It kind of keeps the car stiffer, a little more planted. In turns, there's a touch less body roll. So I guess if instead of getting an aftermarket rear sway bar, you could probably go with these to adjust your alignment and get stiffer at the same time for less than 200 bucks. Real quickly before I close out this video, I just want to ask you guys a couple things. Number one, what do you guys want to see from this channel? Do you like these POV drivings, or do you want more of a vlog style video where I walk around with a tripod and a camera? I'm gonna keep bringing installs whenever I can. I love installing car parts. It's my favorite thing to freaking do in the world. So whenever I get a chance to do that, I will definitely show you. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys want to see from this channel? I'll do pretty much anything relating to cars. I just like cars, as you guys all know. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the love and support I've been getting. We officially hit 100 subscribers not too long ago, and now we're already at 110. My views are going up. You guys seem to be enjoying the content I'm bringing you. So I just can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.